Money is a very delicate issue for many people. This issue can be so contentious that instead of managing their money, people will avoid the topic altogether and solely focus on earning and spending it. In short, there are two types of people: those who increase their wealth and those who lose it. And in this video, I will share with you 10 money mistakes you must avoid at all costs. And if you're new to the channel, then hit the subscribe button below for more life-changing content. The truth is that keeping money is a lot harder than making it. It's not uncommon to see people who come into wealth through inheritance, lottery, or other windfalls and lose it in a short amount of time. A good example of someone who earned a ridiculous amount of money but lost it all is the famous boxer Mike Tyson. Despite earning over $300 million in his career, in 2003, he declared bankruptcy and was reported to be in more than $20 million worth of debt. Needless to say, money mistakes happen, and these mistakes can cripple your finances no matter how much money you make. So let's get into the 10 mistakes that you must avoid. Number 1. Spending on drugs or cigarettes. Using drugs or smoking in college might have seemed fun and harmless at first, but using them a lot can really hurt your health and your money. If you add up how much people who use drugs or smoke spend in a week or a year, you'll see it's a lot. For instance, a pack of cigarettes costs about $9.08. People who smoke might buy a pack every day, spending $63.56 a week or $3,305.12 a year. That much money could pay for your home taxes or a 2-week vacation. But some people start using it because they're curious or their friends do it. In the end, it hurts your health and your money a lot. So, it's best to avoid spending on these things if you can. Number 2. Spending more than you make. Sometimes, especially when you're young and just starting out on your own, it's super tempting to splurge. You get your first steady paycheck after college, and suddenly, you're eyeing that brand new car, dreaming of a fancy house, and thinking about flying first class. It all seems so appealing. But here's the catch. If what you're earning can't cover these big expenses, you might find yourself barely scraping by from one paycheck to the next. They call this problem lifestyle inflation. It's when your spending grows along with your income. But just because you're making more money doesn't mean you should spend more on living. Most folks think they deserve a treat when they get paid. Instead, it's smarter to use that money to grow your wealth by investing and buying things that will make more money for you down the road. One big reason people overspend is to impress others. When folks feel like they're not good enough without flashy stuff, they end up buying things they don't really need just to show off. But that kind of thinking doesn't help your bank account. Dave Ramsey puts it well. We buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't like. Many of us fall into this trap. Social media doesn't make it easier. People try to look rich by spending a ton, even if they're not actually rich. For instance, someone told they'd never succeed might rush to buy an expensive car after their first big sale, trying to prove everyone wrong. It's still about trying to impress others. But that race to impress? It never ends. There'll always be someone to outdo or impress. It's crucial to be smart with your money. If you're making $3,000 a month, dropping $2,000 on a gadget doesn't add up. Make a budget, keep track of what you spend, and make sure you're not spending more than you're making. That's the real way to stay financially secure. Number 3. Not investing wisely. Investing can be tricky. Lots of folks put money into things based on tips from friends or a strong belief that popular stocks will keep rising. Real estate is a hot investment nowadays. People think owning property will secure their finances, believing rent will bring in money every month, boosting their income. But it's not always that easy. Sometimes tenants don't pay, things break, or the property's value drops. Like any investment, there are risks. Smart investors know the key is learning about a market or product before investing. It's about doing homework before putting in your hard-earned money. Don't dive in just because friends or salespeople say it's great. It's important to understand the market or product, what could go wrong, and how to manage those risks. That way, you'll have a better chance of making money and avoiding big losses. So, before leaping into an investment, do your research. It's the best way to set yourself up for success. Number 4. Following get-rich-quick schemes. Beware of schemes promising quick wealth. They're a surefire way to lose your money. The saying, "Quick money brings quick problems," holds true, and following such schemes can lead to trouble. These schemes, like Ponzi or pyramid schemes and overnight money-making offers, are designed to make the person who created the scheme rich by taking your hard-earned money. If you're exploring new business opportunities and encounter promises of high returns with minimal risk, proceed with caution. Imagine this. If a traditional career takes 20 years to earn $200,000 and a new venture claims you can make that in a year, it's likely a scam. Legitimate opportunities don't promise instant riches. Always use your best judgment before committing to anything that sounds too good to be true. In the realm of quick money, exercise caution and think twice before making any financial commitments. Number 5. Not having an emergency fund. Life can be tough sometimes, and money troubles can pop up unexpectedly. Your car might break down, you might lose your job, or your appliances could stop working. These things cost money, and not having savings set aside for emergencies is a big money mistake. A study in 2019 by the Federal Reserve found that almost 40% of grown-ups in America couldn't handle a $400 emergency using their savings or a credit card they could pay off quickly. Around 27% would need to borrow money or sell things to get that $400, and 12% couldn't cover it at all. But you don't have to be in that situation. Saving up isn't too hard. You can set up your job to automatically put away 10% of your pay into an emergency fund. How much should you save? Most money experts suggest having enough saved to cover 6 months' worth of living expenses. But if you want to be really careful, saving for a whole year's expenses is a good idea. Number 6. Having just one source of income. For many people, relying on one paycheck is how they make a living, usually from a job that pays a salary. Sadly, jobs aren't always as secure as we hope. Just in 2018, over 21 million folks in the US lost their jobs because businesses had to let people go. Imagine if that one job was your only source of money. Suddenly, there's no more cash coming in. Think of your income like a tree. Do trees only grow fruit on one branch? Nope. They have lots of branches growing flowers and fruits. That's how you should see your income, with different ways of earning it. Keep learning and finding new ways to make money. It's not just smart, it's a way to feel safer about your finances. When you have more than one way to make money, it helps you rest easier at night. Number 7. Relying heavily on credit cards. Credit cards seem handy for many, but they can lead to big debt. Some businesses need them, but relying too much can hurt your money situation. They push you to buy without thinking. Swiping feels easy, like you can buy it all. A study found that using cards makes people spend even double compared to cash. If you're overspending with cards, try using cash more often. When you pay with cash, you give real money and see your wallet get lighter. It hits harder than using a card, making you realize the cost. So, if you're having trouble controlling spending, try switching to cash for a while. It might help you keep a closer eye on your money and avoid going overboard with purchases. Number 8. Being scared to take financial risks. It's often said that without taking risks, you can't get rewards. Making money involves taking risks, but it's important to think carefully about them. For example, if you put your money in an index fund, it's riskier than leaving it in a savings account. The savings account might only give you around 0.09% interest, which isn't much. On the other hand, investing in an index fund, like one that follows the stock market's ups and downs, has historically given an average return of 7% every year. To me, this is a risk that's been thought about and is worth taking, because it could help your money grow over time. So, while there's a risk involved, it's a calculated one with the potential for good rewards. Number 9. Saving rather than investing. Putting money in a bank might seem safe, but over time, its value shrinks because prices tend to rise. On the flip side, investing it smartly helps it grow. It's pretty straightforward. In my previous point, I talked about a mistake: being too afraid to take financial risks. People scared of risks end up hoarding their money, letting it lose its worth slowly. The only money that should stay in a savings account is what you need for living and emergencies. Just saving without a plan leads to spending on things you might not need. Imagine leaving money in the bank. It's tempting to spend it on stuff like a fancy car, clothes, or fun things. Instead, that money should work for you. Investing in stocks, real estate, or startups can make it grow. These choices create new ways to earn money, way better than letting it sit in a bank losing value. It's about making your money work harder, generating more income rather than letting it fade away quietly in a bank account. Number 10. Having only one bank account. Having just one bank account can be risky for several reasons. Firstly, managing your money becomes difficult when it's all in one place. With only a single account, you're forced to juggle your emergency fund, bill payments, and college savings all at once. If you happen to spend impulsively, there's a chance you might not have enough for emergencies or tuition when you need it. That's why it's a good idea to have at least 3 bank accounts. One account should be dedicated to emergency funds, ensuring you're prepared for unexpected expenses. Another account can be used for your day-to-day bills, keeping your regular expenses organized. The third account, referred to as a play account, is for discretionary spending on entertainment or vacations. For an extra layer of financial security, consider setting up an untouchable account. This account serves as a savings fund, with paycheck deductions directed to it every month, automating your savings and ensuring your wealth grows over time. If you aspire to transform your current life into the one you truly deserve, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching!